vine. A goat was straying into a vineyard and began to browse on the tender shoots of a vine which bore several fine bunches of grapes. "What have I done to you," said the vine, "that you should harm me thus? Isn't there grass enough for you to feed on? All the same, even if you eat up every leaf I have, and leave me quite bare, I shall produce wine enough to pour over you when you are led to the altar to be sacrificed." Ill treatment invites retribution. The farmer and his three enemies. A wolf, a fox, and a hare happened to be foraging one evening in different parts of a farm. Their first effort was pretty successful, and they returned in safety to their several quarters, however, not so happy as to be unperceived by the farmer's watchful eye, who, placing several kinds of snares, made each of them his prisoner in the next attempt. He first took the hare to task, who confessed she had eaten a few turnip tops, merely to satisfy her hunger, besought him piteously to spare her life, and promised never to enter his grounds again. He then accosted the fox, who, in a fawning, obsequious tone, protested that he came into his premises through no other motive than pure good nature, to restrain the hares and other vermin from the plunder of his corn, and that, whatever evil tongues might say, he had too great a regard for both him and justice to be in the least capable of any dishonest action. He last of all examined the wolf as to the business that brought him. The wolf boldly declared that it was with a view of destroying his lambs, to which he had an undoubted right, that the farmer himself was the only felon who robbed the community of wolves of what was meant to be their proper food, that this at least was his opinion, and whatever fate attended him, he should not scruple to risk his life in the pursuit of his lawful prey. The farmer, having heard their pleas, determined the cause in the following manner. "The hare," said he, "deserves compassion for the penitence she shows, and the humble confession she has made. As for the fox and the wolf, let them be hanged together. Their crimes deserve it, and are heightened by their hypocrisy and impudence. The wrongdoer can obtain forgiveness most easily by confessing his sin." The fighting roosters and the turkey. Two roosters of the genuine game breed met by chance upon the confines of their respective walks. To such great and heroic souls, the smallest matter imaginable affords occasion for dispute. They approached each other with pride and indignation. They looked defiant. They crowed a challenge, and immediately commenced a bloody battle. It was fought on both sides so fiercely, and they received such deep wounds, that both lay down upon the turf utterly spent, blinded, and disabled. While this was their situation, a turkey, who had been a spectator of all that passed between them, drew near to the field of battle, and reproved them in this manner: "How foolish and absurd has been your quarrel, my good neighbors! A more ridiculous one could scarce have happened among the most contentious of all creatures, men. Because you have crowed, perhaps, in each other's hearing, or because one of you has picked up a grain of corn upon the territories of his rival, you have both rendered yourselves miserable for the remainder of your days. There is nothing so foolish as an idle quarrel.